Hey guys, welcome to another vent with me. Okay, so this vent with me is like long overdue. I should have been made one, but like I've been lazy, I'm not gonna lie. But I've also been busy, and that's kind of what I want to talk about a lot more. And this one is specifically because I've made some major life choices, like moving forward, that I'm gonna have to commit to, and it's gonna be its own full time job plus my job on deck plus schooling and like everything. But let's just get into it. So the biggest update I have with you guys is that after going to see my sister graduate from the army, because that is something that I also did, I went in July. My older sister graduated from basic training. Here goes her picture right here. Like, I love my sister to death because she worked so hard to get that. And then to see her accomplish it after talking about it for so long. And, like, I don't know. I was just so happy in that moment to see her and then take her pictures. And then, like, and she looked so cute in her uniform, too. So it was like everything was kind of just unforming. And like I'm like God really is just he works in mysterious ways. Like not even he, God in general, because you know God has no gender, whether we believe it or not. But I'm not gonna get into that because not that's not why we're here. But God works in mysterious ways because He put us all through so much challenges mentally and physically, and it's all about our desire to want it, to like we make it through. So like to see her actually want it that bad to where she made it through that basic training, that 10 weeks, like 10 to 14 weeks, I think. And I was just like, oh my god, just seeing her again too. Like it was like I wasn't like sad. I was more like I was happy for her because she's looking at it in the long term. Like she knows once she's done, she's done. Like unless she loves it and she's gonna keep doing it, then like I fully support her. But the reason why I bring all this up is because with her doing that, she was one of the things that she said was like, you should join the military too. And it was kind of funny because that's like something that I was going to do when I graduate. Like I was gonna like not sign up for the military, but start looking into like ROTC programs and like, and you know, you only ever think of the army whenever you think of the military in general, and not like all the other branches. So like I was talking to my older sister about it because during basic training you can't really have your phone. So I wasn't able to text her, but I sent her a letter, and then she was able to send me one back, and like she told me her experiences and everything. But after she has her phone, and like we were texting, and she was like, "You should think about joining the Air Force." And I'm like, "Why you say the Air Force? Like you don't think I could do the Army like you do?" And she was like, and this is my sister's always said this, and like I think sometimes too I just gotta put it in my head. But she's like, "No, Air Force is less physically demanding, but also it's more for like smarter esque people." And like she's always, ever since we were kids, she's always been that person where be like, "You're too smart. Like you be like use your smarts for whatever you got going on." So I was like, you know what? Let's do some research on the Air Force. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what pros and cons they have. So I did so much research on the Air Force and like learning what I could do with my degree in the Air Force because I want to be a social worker and I still want to be a social worker. I want to be a therapist. I film these at night, so I'm always tired, but I will still want to be a therapist. I still want to do with mental health. I would love to get my PhD, want my master's, and then get my PhD so I could do clinical studies on trauma based um, mental health and like the development of it and like how a person reacts to society. I just want to learn so much more about trauma based mental health aspect. So that's a different topic, but I was learning all about I could be a military social worker and I could be a family advocate, a therapist. Like there's so many things that you could do in the military with social work, and then like pay is good. That's the first thing. Pay is good. Okay, I I feel like the first thing you need to do is like look at base pay because that base pay will literally map out your life. So I mean, whatever money you're making, like that will say like, oh, I can afford this place if you're not getting like a little stipend or something for housing, or if you're like living in the barracks. Like there's so many different things. So I'm like, I just gotta figure it out. But I to sum it up, I've decided to do AFROTC, which is just Air Force ROTC program at my college, university, whatever you want to call it. So I signed up for that, but it's like now it's gonna be difficult because I'm at the end of my sophomore year, and my junior year of college starts in the spring next semester. So it's really, I'm gonna have to work so hard on it because I have to do my freshman class, my sophomore class, the leadership lab that they have in the program, and then I also have to still be a full time student while doing this. And I have to work super hard so that I get picked for field training so that I actually can continue in the program because I have to be in it for a minimum of 3 years. So like there's so many things, and I want to take the 1 year master program at my college. So like I have technically in my bachelor's I have 2 more years, but I want to get my master's so I can work in mental health. So that's like they have like a 4+1 type of thing where it's like you do 4 years of schooling and then it's 1 more year just for your master's. So that's what I'm doing. But yes, y'all, I've decided to become a military officer. So I would be second lieutenant, I think is what it is. Um, I'm pretty sure it's a second lieutenant, but I would be a military officer as a social worker, and then I still have to do some clinical like learning after I get my schooling, and I could do it in the Air Force. You like go to this specific Air Force base, and you go to like a mental health facility, and they like teach you basically the ropes about being a therapist, and you have to be there for like 26 months. So there's so many things. Ooh, let me grab this book actually because this is another thing. Like there's so many things with ROTC that you have to study for, and this is one of them. So it's called the AFOQT. It's basically the ASVAB test that you have to study for, just to get into like to being enlisted. But the AFOQT is for officers, so Air Force Officer Qualifying Test. And it basically like this book that I have here is just a study guide, but the officer test is like 500 questions. It has a whole bunch of subsets, and like they just like try to basically teach you everything, and it like they're kind of assessing your military, like not military, your Air Force. No, not your Air Force. It's the personality test, but it's testing your leadership skills. So officers are considered leaders in any branch of the military. So it's like to be an officer, I would have to show those leadership abilities, which I do think I have, but I feel like they're kind of comatized. So I've been trying to work on bringing out that more boldness in myself and like putting myself forward and like pitching myself to be more brave because I feel like I'm so much more reserved, which is nothing wrong, but I feel like in a leadership role, when you're reserved and more of an introvert, you have to work harder. So I've been doing that like a lot more now. On like I will say communication wise, I've been working on the most is like just speaking my truth, um, recognizing my flaws. One big thing that I've been doing is, of course, like how I said, I'm back in therapy. So I really love my therapist. My therapist, she has got me thinking, and she got the brain churning, and she makes me recognize um, what I need to work on. I don't feel like beforehand, I kind of tried to use therapy as like to not be sad or to not like go through like the mental health process of depression and like trauma based stuff. But now I'm just seeing therapy more as an outlet to learn new information about myself and how I respond to things. Because like she brings up so many like topics that like I would never think about, and then like when I hear it from her, I'm like, whoa, why is this thing that like you're making me think about? And then like if we have our meeting next week, like next time I see her is August 9th, so it's gonna be a little bit, but I'm gonna have so much to talk to her about because I love talking to her. She's like the best therapist I've had in like a long time, so that's good that I like my therapist. But me having to study for this test and being AFROTC, I also have to. I've been working out 3 times a week. I know it's crazy. Like I don't know. To work out 3 times a week to me is like absurd. But I'm doing it. I am doing it. Like I usually work out Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I usually just work out at home because I don't want to pay for a gym membership. And I'm not going to give you a room tour or like show you the stuff that I have because that's going to be another video and my room's a mess. So we're going to make that 2 videos. Okay? Like not 2 videos, but like we're going to make this 2 videos. We're going to have this video here and then we're going to have that video. Like y'all need content and I need to film. So like me just like showing off all of my wits and what's in one video is not going to be good. But what else? Like, oh, work. Oh my god, work has been something, okay? As you all know, sorry about that. I'm a pharmacy technician, so I work in the outpatient pharmacy, so it's more like community based, I guess you could say. So I deal a lot with patient facing, but also filling and then answering phones and just so much stuff. But right now, I'm learning how to give vaccines, so I'm getting my immunization certification. So I'm studying for that as well, and I want to finish that at least before the semester starts. At least the online portion, because I don't want to have to do immunization on top of like classwork because all of my classes are online. Only things I have to do in person is the ROTC stuff. So I'm like, let's just kind of get this over with. Not get it over with because I'm still trying to absorb the information. So like the risk factors of like people in age ranges and what vaccines they should get and like where to inject it correctly. Like especially like with the arm, like you gotta like spread up here and then inject like basically right here. And it has to be a specific, or like you gotta do the leg, or it's like the back fat. Like there's so many things that you have to comprehend just to give a vaccine that lasts like 30 seconds. And you have to be qualified, and like it has to be pre-filled, and I'm like, I'm not even, I can't. So it's so much stuff with that. And I'm still during the semester. I'm gonna be working 32 hours because I'm still trying to save up to get a car. Oh my god, I need a car. Like badly need a car. And classes start, and I have to go to physical training for ROTC, and that's at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. So it's like, especially because I'm still going to be working on Tuesdays, and I literally only have PT, and then like that's it. And I wish I could stay and like talk with the other cadets, but I sadly will not be able to because I'm gonna have to be going to work on Tuesdays as well. But I don't work on Thursdays, so because I work 32 hours a week during the semester. Because I need a car. I really need a car. And I know I put in the video prior to this for a event with me that I want me a Ram 1500. But if I get me a Ram 1500, I'm going to have to pay off on that for a good minute of time. And I really don't want to do that. So, like, especially when I'm coming to budget and, like, I'm knowing, like, when I get stationed somewhere else, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing like, I don't know if I'll do a road trip so that I could have my car with me, or if I would use like cars that's like, I won't say give it to me, but offer to me. I don't know. There's so much unknown on like the future. And like I wouldn't know where I'll be stationed or if I could get deployed. So like there's so many different things because there's a difference like in like you wouldn't even know there's a difference between being stationed and then being deployed. So like it's so many different things and I'm just like, oh my god. I hate that every single time I make one of these videos I'm always yawning. I feel like y'all see me yawn all the time. But hey, it's authentic. I'm not really editing anything except the first half, and then everything else in between. This is real. But let me think of some other. Okay, another thing. I don't know if anybody knows this on YouTube, but I am an aspiring author. So like that's another thing. I have so many like things that I want to do, and it's so funny that like I come on here and I'm just like, oh yeah, let me be a creator. No, I want to be an author as well. Like I love writing stories. Um, I love it kind of as an expression, I guess you could say. Like being able to just sit down and like unload the thoughts. And I love writing fantasy as well. So I think that's another thing for me is like fantasy is top tier. But I've been reading a lot of fiction. No, I've been reading a lot of nonfiction, so like real life stuff. So like a book that I love right now, I think is over here. That I've been reading and taking notes in. It's called "Don't Believe Everything You Think." Um, Why You're Thinking is the beginning and end of suffering. I'm not suffering, but like it's just a book on like changing your mindset and like to develop kind of as like a person and stop self. It's kind of like I'm reading the book to learn to stop self sabotaging myself because the major part that like I kind of do is I set myself up for failure on the mental aspect on specific things, especially like looking forward to like this AFROTC because I have to go in there and run. Basically, I gotta. What the he's not a recruiter, but the person who I talked to for the program and how I signed up and everything. Basically, I have to come in at a sprint. Basically, like I have to come in with the other sophomores who've been in this program since their sophomore year, so they already have 2 to 3 semesters down before me, and I'm coming in at one semester. They already know all the cadre, like the upperclassmen and the captain and like a detachment. So like they already know all these people. So it's like I'm coming into the sprint and gotta show all my best qualities so I can get picked for field training for in the summer. It's like so many things. Like I have to just really come in and stand 10 toes down on this whole thing. And am I worried? Yes, I am worried. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I'm a little bit nervous because I'm such an introverted person. Like I don't really speak to people first ever, and like I don't know like what I'm gonna do about this test because I kind of want to get the best score I can first time, and like call it a day. I don't want to have to take it 2 3 times. So like I'm gonna leave this bad boy this first try and pray to God that I get the scores that I want and like my composite score is good. Cause woo, it's a mess. I cannot. Oh, just thinking about it stresses me out. But I've been trying to like. Oh, I'm tired. Oh Lord, I'm tired to go to bed. But I've been trying to just really center my brain process on like doing this and like coming out on the other side and not overthinking it and not being nervous and being stressed out about it because this is something that at the end of the day I want to have as most fun and learn as much as I can. Like even like with the working out stuff, like now since I've been doing it, cause like I have like I run every I since I work out 3 times a week, I run 3 times a week. I've been practicing my push-ups and I've been practicing my sit-ups. So like all the stuff that's gonna be on the PT test, like on like the personal fitness test, um, physical, whatever it's called. I just need to do that. So whatever I need to get on that, I just been doing all of those like workouts, looking at this book here and there. But I'm trying to like right now I'm just focusing on this stuff that I have to tackle for the Air Force so I can come in because they have an orientation. So I'm gonna go to the orientation because I want to meet the new people. Like I'm trying to make some friends. I'm not gonna lie. I want to meet people where like we can lean on each other to like learn because I don't have the best studying skills. So like or like note taking skills. So I want to meet somebody who has like who's better at that and they can kind of show me how to do it because you can only learn so much from the internet, you know, or like you can only learn so much by doing it by yourself with trial and error. And like to continuously do trial and error and then not see success from it is irritating. So like I don't want to keep on doing it. Like I want to get me a good like group of people that like we just all kind of sit, have fun is the first thing, because I don't want to be there and just be like it's such a serious and sticky area. But I also want to be able to, you know, have fun, like study, learn from each other, learn with each other, because I don't know anything about military. Like I don't know about the stances. I don't know about saluting wise. Like I don't know anything. So I need to be able to get all this kind of in lock and figure out from there at the end of the day. Let me see. Do I have any more life updates for y'all? Mm, mm. Oh, I did touch base a little bit that I want to be an author, but I guess I didn't really explain like what I want to be an author, like what genres I want to do. Well, I mean, I did say that I like fantasy, but I'm in the process of writing my one the book that I would love to have like traditionally published. I'm writing the prologue for that, so like I'm getting the prologue and then my first chapter and like kind of like set up everything. But I'm kind of taking a pause on that right now, and I'm gonna write me some short stories that I can post on Wattpad. So maybe I'll go ahead put it up here and then like have you guys be able to go and read it, and then like you guys can give me some reviews. I also started me a writers Discord. So I have a Discord server. It has like almost 200 people in it. Shockingly, like it's very crazy. But I started that a couple months ago, and the Discord server, I love it. I love the topics that me and people can talk about, and like we got peer reviews, and like we just learn kind of. We kind of just learn from each other, and like they give you. Of course, I think the best aspect of it is having peer review because you know people kind of can come in, read your stuff, and then they just let you know like what it is that you can improve on. Like so many people have given me good advice on like my writing style and how I can improve or what can I can benefit from reading something. It's like there's so many people who like bounce back, and I have a team of mods, and we're about to expand that mod team, and then like I need to update some stuff for the servers. Like maybe if you guys want to see some videos on that, like if you're interested in seeing anything about my Discord server, like me giving you a tour, because I'll post a link in the description for this here. But I don't know if anyone will be interested in that because I don't think it'll be any fun because it's still like it's like another job, like it's like another little side gig or like something that like I kind of have to hop in and like you know I did have to pull some accountability because I have been super busy throughout the beginnings of the summer, and like some of my staff like really did hold me to accountability. It was like you're not here, like we don't feel appreciated that we're putting in work. So I'm like I totally understand that, and I'm gonna show up more because that's what I should do if I claim to have so much love for the server and I can't even show up. Like I'm just lying to myself at the end of the day. So I'm like, let me just stand on the words I said, and I'm gonna show up because I love also just having the conversation and having like that interaction with the people. And then like I'm trying to decide too, like is that something that I want to try to bring into my detachment, like all my videographer skills or like my photography skills. Like I'm trying to decide like what are the things I can do to like make myself stand out because I'm good at a lot of stuff and I kind of like keep that under wraps and I never like bring it forward because I'm such an introvert nowadays. Like beforehand, I was so extroverted in high school, but I learned that that's not my personality. Like that's not actually me. I'm more so for an ambivert. Like it depends on the scenario and who I'm with, where I'll become more extroverted and outgoing. But most of the time, 90%, I'm an introvert. I don't speak loud. Like I'm just down low in the trenches. But oh yeah, another thing. I've been trying so hard to get my driver's license. Like even though I don't enjoy driving at all, I don't enjoy the drive. Like I don't enjoy having to drive like getting somewhere. Like I'd rather get an Uber or Lyft. But I need my driver's license because I need to be able to get somewhere and not have to rely on somebody and then like be able to actually save my money. Like I need a driver's license. So I'm like I was going out driving with my grandma like every Saturday, or like if she wanted me to drive down to the store for her, like I would do that. So I've been doing that right now. And I tried taking my driver's test, but my grandma's front left blinker was out, so I wasn't able to take it. But I just took it from a message from God. I took it as a message from God that was like, it's something your grandma needed to do, but it's also you're not ready for it. So I was like, okay, God, I'm gonna take that and move forward. And I'm not even mad about not being able to take it because now I can take it. Like I think I have a schedule for like August 21st, and I don't work that day at all, so that's good. Like it was actually like I worked the day I was trying to take the test, so like I was late to work, and then like they were worried that I wasn't coming in, and they didn't have no communication. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on, so I was like, maybe God made that scenario happen so that I wasn't late. I mean, I was still late to work, but I wasn't as late to work, and like I still get more time to practice street driving on the street, and like I can practice my maneuverability a little bit more, cause in Ohio, you don't have to do the parallel parking anymore. They got rid of that, and all you have to do is a maneuverability now. So that's a plus for me, to be honest, because I hate. Well, I I hate maneuverability too. I don't like doing maneuverability. It's very irritating. But to be able to like, I don't know, like since I don't have to do the parallel parking on my driver's test, I'm cool. It's just about me right now. I'm learning to figure my pedal control. I think is the biggest thing for me. And like I say beforehand too, like my grandma, she has a side mirror on her car that's broken. It's been broken for years, and I'm gonna find a mirror to fix that because it's messing up, and like we can't even focus it to like look correct. So I can't even see what I'm supposed to see out of my mirror because by the time I look up and we've been driving for 10 minutes and it's already pointing downwards, like it's pointing downwards and not downwards in a good way. It like moves kind of like it kind of moves it like back and then like down. So like I don't even see the lines on the street no more or like the cars behind. I just see the street, and I'm like, this is not helping me one bit at all. But like even like today, like I went out driving with my grandma. I took her to church to drop off some green beans, and then I drove to like a phone store because her phone broke and she had to order a new phone today and like all this other stuff. But I did well. She said I did well. I just don't drive as fast as she does. So like she gets aggravated about that. Like you driving too slow. I'm like this is the speed limit. I am not trying to go over the speed limit, and I don't even know where I'm going. Like, she was giving me directions, and usually I'm like the directions person. Like, I usually know where I'm going, or like Google Maps or like Apple Maps is open, and like they're telling me where to go. But when it was her giving me directions, like it was kind of funny. Like she's like after her giving me the directions and like me kind of getting lost for like a hot second, she was like I'm not good at giving directions. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm over here driving around. First off, I was uncomfortable in the seat, and I finally figured out why, and now I'm able to sit comfortably in the chair. But my grandma drives such a low car, like it's a Honda, a Hyundai. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hyundai Sonata sedan. So like it's really low to the ground, and I'm like 5'11", 6 foot. So for me to get in that low car, I have to put the seat all the way down so my knees don't hit the thinking and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, can I get a break? Please, can I get a break? By the time we can't even leave the driveway without me having to adjust my chair for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And I know she'd be irritated, but I'm like, I gotta get comfy. If I'm not comfy, we gonna crash. We are not gonna survive this car ride, even if we're going up the street and it doesn't take 5 minutes. It's not gonna go well. It's just not right. But thank you, go. Oh, but thank you guys so much for venting with me today. I know it was a good little timeline on this and like so many jump around topics, but that's what it's like venting. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Drop a like if you really like this video, and of course subscribe. Comment if there's any other videos you want to see, or if there's any topics you want me to talk about with the event with me, and then we could talk about that if you're interested about anything going on in my day-to-day life. But without further ado, I'm Jason McCree, and thank you for watching my teasers.